we're starting to see a quick change of direction. And trust me, this was not something that I saw myself doing in any recent time. But there's just there's enough negative news for the day on a lot of Nvidia. So NASDAQ market is slightly pulling on back. There wasn't much price action there. I still have my swing trade going on SQQQ, but the thing that really caught my attention was that Dow Jones jumps 300 points as investors rotate out of hot chip stocks like Nvidia. And it really got me thinking, man, are people really locking in profits on Nvidia because of its insane rally that it's recently had? And are we going to see this thing correct itself? And then they're shifting their money into either treasury bonds or to, again, more established and or more traditional companies like those that are under the Dow Jones. So there's no question that Nvidia has had an amazing 2024. It's gone from, it's hard to say because of its stock split now, but from very oversold levels with an amazing run now to highs of 141, pulling on back right now to lows of 119. It's down 5% on the day. And its more significant counterpart is SMCI. SMCI, anytime that Nvidia has like a green day, SMCI has a more dramatic green day. Anytime that Nvidia pulls on back, SMCI has a more dramatic pullback. So the way that I like to see SMCI, it's a more volatile kind of like almost indicator for Nvidia. As you guys can see, SMCI is down 8.42%, while Nvidia is down only 5.33%. But the thing that I continue to see is that not only are we seeing a lot of selling pressure into the pre-market session, but even normal trading hours. I mean, right when we opened, it tried to reverse, got rejected by the moving average, sold off, tried to test that moving average once again, sold off even more aggressively, and now it tested the moving average, got rejected. I announced it to my LPP team. Again, they get to watch me trade live every single day, and they also get updates on the trades that I take throughout the day. And I talked about, hey, I know this is random. This is not something that I ever expected to do, but for a day trade, I'm going to short Nvidia stock, and it's going to be right at that moving average, and it had the previous lows of right around 119 per share, and literally it was like a textbook setup. So it wasn't a very significant trade from the moving average all the way back down to previous support at 1.6%, but I had some fun. I just feel like the overall market wasn't moving as much as I wanted it to. The other companies that I quickly want to talk about, and this is the NASDAQ market showing all of the selling pressure, so just a little heads up on that. The thing that I really wanted to talk about is, well, Robinhood is selling off quite a bit today. But also, if you guys check out Coinbase should be slightly in the red. Well, what do these two have in common, Robinhood and Coinbase? They were very influenced by this whole Bitcoin movement. When Bitcoin began to skyrocket, it obviously brings a lot of people to Robinhood and a lot of people to Coinbase. So when crypto begins to sell off, like Bitcoin begins to sell off, then these begin to retrace because it's correlated to the demand. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now with coin, because BTC, if you guys haven't paid attention to it today, it's below 60,000. How many times have we said it? When there's lack of progress on the upside, you can never be afraid to lock in profits. You hear all these people talk about, oh, this thing's going to 100,000. I think Robert Kiyosaki said it was going to 350,000 by the end of the year per coin. Complete BS, right? There's the price action isn't even showing any of that. There's literally lack of progress above 74,000, and it hasn't been able to break above that. It continues to retest the support. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not actively selling off below the moving average, but if we break below, 56, 57,000, at that point, that's a complete break of pattern, rejected at that same previous resistance, complete break of pattern, and that would be an active sell-off. And at that point, I think it's going to be very interesting to see the retracement, just like we've seen in the past before. Anytime that it aggressively pumps up, it aggressively pumps down, aggressively pumps up, pumps down, aggressively pumps up, pumps down, pumps up, pumps down, pumps up. It's not rocket science. What do you think is going to happen? This is why you can never be afraid to take profits. And when you do, you anticipate the pullbacks. When it pulls on back, then you can begin to load up. If you're so incredibly bullish or you think that this thing's going to continue to skyrocket, then yeah, I would love to buy more Bitcoin at $20,000 or $30,000 per coin. But as of right now, very excited to follow up once it actually begins to, continue to sell off. So very grateful for how today has played out already. Lower highs, lower lows going here on Nvidia. Not a very significant trade that I have going on. I'm just up about a few $100. But again, every good trade, every bad trade, you get to see it all happen live, and you get all of my trade updates within my LPP group. So again, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, you can click that second link in the description down below. It will get you 50% off, and you can watch me trade live as soon as the market opens and every day moving forward. I want to remind you, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you'll get to watch me trade live every single day. My goal for Nvidia is to make about $3,000 shorting Nvidia as it goes back to retest the previous lows of 118. And the more it sells off, obviously, the more money I make. And again, I do break down how to short in the market within the LPP lesson library. And of course, during my live trading sessions, if you ever want to tune on in. I appreciate your time. Hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.